outside of this big enclosure. It's very sealed. And as you kind of all just sit there, you feel this massive rumble as this thing just goes straight down. Like it's not on an incline or anything. It's this huge elevator that kind of descends and descends and descends. It goes down quite a few stories, and it's a big stone piece of equipment, so it's taken a while, but eventually you guys reach the bottom, and you're in this big antechamber. It's just like this massive stone area. There's like, for some reason, there's statues down here. I don't know why people would put statues in the basement, but they're there. It's a very confusing underground, and nobody's really seen it or knows that much about the areas beneath it. And you can hear the like distant sound of random stone things shifting and like stuff cracking. And as you get underground, you notice one other thing about this place, and that's that it is dark. You cannot see things very well at all. And my goodness, it's just kind of uncomfortable to be down here.
I'm going to take out my torch and light it.
Okay. Everyone on the platform starts kind of doing the same. They realize that it's just getting real dark in here, so everyone starts lighting their various light sources. What are you rest of you guys gonna do? You gonna do the same?
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same.
Yes, I'll light my torch.
I'm gonna conjure some light.
Okay, roll a d20.
A light ball.
Just roll a d20.
Oh, fuck!
Oh no.
Oh my god, yes.
Best character hook ever.
That's so perfect.
All right, so to those of you at home, we're going to come back to bring it back a little bit. Saji's character, Kifi, is she's a mage. And in this world, people who use magic are very special. They're rare. They don't really, they're not commonplace. And the way you cast magic is you channel intent and put your belief and being into it. Saji's character has a nice, fun little thing that makes up for the fact she can use this power by making her spells potentially go poorly. So everything she casts, regardless of it being something that you would normally think was something somebody could just be like, for example, she lit a light. That seems pretty normal, right? You probably don't have to take a skill test to do something like that. Unfortunately, Saji has rolled a 1. For those of you not in the know about roleplay, a 1 on a d20 is a critical failure. A 20 on a d20 is a critical success. On a critical failure, things can go very wrong. So Saji, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and give me one more dice roll. Okay, and then I'm going to do one roll in secret. Okay, and then I'm going to do something else here. Okay. So as Kifi goes to ignite the light in her hand, it kind of backfires spectacularly. And instead of just illuminating a small source of light, she casts a pillar of flame into the ceiling that then starts raining down little droplets of molten fire. It only lasts very briefly. It's kind of like a little rain cloud of a shotgun blast, but unfortunately, that damage lands right on Dolan's beard. And Dolan is now on fire, and he's like, oh, because he's just set a dwarf's beard on fire, and he takes 9 damage from that. So unfortunately, through your attempts to cast light, which wasn't successful, by the way, you still have no light source, you've set his beard on fire. How do you feel?
Is it out yet? The fire? Is he at least
No,
okay?
no, this is real time. He's actively
he's
patting
on fire.
Yeah, he's set him on fire.
I have something that can help in this situation. What is it called? I have my enchanted water skin, and I'm gonna throw water on him.
Okay,
And say,
cool.
I'm sorry.
Okay, go ahead. Just roll a d20 for me for that.
Oh, fuck me.
Okay, you rolled an 8. It was the only reason I have most things rolled a d20 for is if you roll a critical failure and success, it will exacerbate things and make it more entertaining. But otherwise, you're fine. You dunk the water on him. The water, when you hold your gnomish water skin, you understand that it just doesn't stop flowing when you upturn it. As long as you keep focusing on making sure that it keeps providing water. So you just keep dunking him with water until it's out. And he's like a little singed, and now he's actually a little bit cold because you just dumped a bunch of water on a naked man in a freezing cold winter setting. But he's like, thanks.
That's probably the best he's smelled in years.
I'm sorry. I really didn't mean that. Just wanted to light things up. I won't do it again. I'm sorry.
My God, woman, you're going to burn us all down.
I mean, that's not what I wanted to happen.
All right. So you guys have had that fun little lighting a torch turned into an encounter situation. And now we'll move on to everyone gathering forward. And you can see the guy with the speaking stone. He's kind of like milling about, looking and like talking to people. Like he doesn't have the stone at his neck, but for some reason he just keeps holding it right here as if he just needs to use it immediately. And he's like holding for dear life onto it. Like obviously, like he thinks you're all just a bunch of like thieving douchebags. It's very obvious he's not happy people are down here. So he's kind of like talking and milling about, and everyone's milling about, and you're in this big antechamber, and you're not really sure what the hell is kind of like going on. Everyone's just kind of sitting about. It doesn't look like there's any like actual other doorways to places. But you can see that this big, tall, like burly looking, like he almost looks like kind of like Gaston from the Beauty and the Beast, like the animated version. And he's decked out. He's got like all kinds of crazy looking armor on him. He's got like this big sword on his back. He's got the chin for days. His chin just looks like it could sleep with you and your sister and get away with it kind of chin. And he walks over to the dude, and they have like a bit of a brief argument, and he just kind of looks taken aback for a bit, and then he just like snatches the rock out of the guy's hand and slaps him. And he holds it to his thing, and he goes, all right, everyone. We're here to fix things in this city. My name's... I can't believe I wrote this down. My name's Trevorus Chaddington. And I'm here to lead you guys to victory. And everyone just kind of like nods their heads in agreement. They're like, yeah, this guy knows what's up. This guy fucking knows. He's big, he's tall, he's probably got a huge dick. So everyone's just kind of like standing around, like, yeah, we're amped, we're gonna fix things. And he goes, all right, my weedy little friend in the gray robe here, who was kind enough to let us down here, is gonna open up some doors. And we're gonna go in those doors, and we're gonna save this place, because we're heroes, and that's what heroes do. And they're all like, yeah, we're so amped by this dude. And he's like, okay, yeah, now I'm gonna hand you back to this dude. And he hands it. He hands the little speaky stone that everybody's hearing, basically back to the guy. And he goes, yes, hello. I am Cyphius Stone Speaker. Thank you, of the Stone Speakers. Yes, you may have heard of me. I am part of that family, and I thank you all again for coming down here. But before I open the walls and the doors and the secret spaces to you, I just want you all to know that things should stay where they are. You don't know what makes this thing go boop across the landscape. I do. So don't touch stuff. Okay? Everyone? You all get that? Don't touch stuff.
How are we supposed to fix things if we can't touch them?
He takes a moment to kind of like, he looks like he's just doing like mental math and like moving his hands. If I say you can touch it, you can touch it. Does that work for you?
Okay.
But what if you're not there to tell us we can touch it?
Look, there is nothing that could happen in the span of the next 10 minutes that would separate you from this large group of people. That's absurd. We're all going to move together. Nothing is going to happen.
Did you not see her try to light a fire?
Are there any cracks in the floor?
Well,
You know what? That's a good question, TJ. In Dungeons and Dragons, if you would like to check for, say, traps or analyze the area around you, what you do is you tell me you want to do that, then I make you roll a d20. So go ahead and roll a d20.
I would like to check the surrounding area.
Okay, you're going to analyze the surrounding area, and I'm going to give you a +5 to that roll. And if anyone else would like to make a check, they can do so as well. So if you all want to roll a dice and see if you can see anything peachy keen neato,
Just roll.
I have rolled a 17.
so click on the roll d20 button and the macros that we all enabled.
Yeet.
Add a modifier of +2.
Okay.
I'm going to give TJ a +5 because he took the initiative on that, and he's also an elf. But like,
Oof.
oh, all right,
Oof.
Kip don't see shit.
I don't see anything.
Kip
But my
Kip
elf
is
eyes.
really busy.
God damn it.
what do
like,
your elf eyes see?
Nothing. Shit. Sometimes I think I was adopted. Wiggles eyebrows, wiggles eyebrows. Sorry.
Legolas, what's your elf eyes see? I don't know, like a fucking rock? I
Some
think
fuzzy shit. Caterpillar? I don't fucking know. Oh no, that's Laszlo's eyebrows.
All right, so Kip and Keefe don't see very much. Laszlo, you rolled an unnatural 20, and Elias, goddamn. Elias and Laszlo, you can kind of make out in the dark, even though you guys have light sources, you can't really see the whole way out of this place because it's just this massive stone dome underground. Is that everything looks smooth. There's like gargoyle type kind of like statues that are like weirdly shaped. A lot of them have suffered damages over the years just from like passive drips of water leaking through the stones. You can kind of see like little drips of water, and you can tell that there's cracks in the roof. That's why you can still kind of hear the raging blizzard outside while you guys are this deep underground. And you don't really see anything otherwise. You just can kind of make out that like a lot of these smooth stone walls just have no definition on them, and it looks like, for all intents and purposes, like this room would lead nowhere else.
I would like to try something.
Okay, what would you like to try?
I'm gonna go over to Saji's character.
Okay.
Kiki, right?
Yeah,
And
Kiki.
I am going to try to convince her to allow me to tie my torch around her head and have her run into the dark because there's something over there that she wants.
All right, if you're interacting with another player, you're just convincing them as another human to another human. So why don't you go ahead and do that in character?
Alright, so I walk over and I kneel right down as far as I can because she's about as tall as my knee.
Can I help you?
Yes, actually, I have a use for you.
Oh?
Over there, because my elf eyes can see this, there is a little shiny object in that little hole that only you will be able to fit into. Out of
What's
everyone
it
here.
for?
I don't know, but I bet that you can figure it out, magic user.
But that guy didn't give me permission to touch it, so I can't break any rules.
Let's be honest, he isn't all there.
Also, I look to Kip and I go, "Did your elf eye see it?"
She's not actually an elf.
I am, so I'm just stunted. And no, I couldn't see anything. I'm sorry. I don't know. I can't see it.
I know where
side
you're
with,
from.
With her, You've been kind of mean.
I don't know if I would
She's an
trust
elf.
him.
She would know. She's an elf.
An elf that was ousted from her home because she wasn't elf enough.
She's elf enough for me.
Aw.
Little one, you have much
Thanks,
to learn.
Keefe. I like just walk up to her and like pat her on the. I start to pat her on the head and I'm like, no, and I like lean down and just give her a little hug.
You learn the rule with short people.
Yeah. I didn't have to lean down much, but.
All right. So she doesn't seem all of that encouraged by running around being a mobile lighthouse. But as you guys are having this interaction, the guy in the gray robes, Siphius, that was it. Sounds kind of like syphilis. Siphius goes over and kind of puts his hand on the stone, and you see him like intensely concentrating on this random section of wall. And then all of a sudden, the stone just kind of like indents a bit and slides over. And where it was a seamless crease before, you now see like a hallway into another area. So he holds the rock up to his throat and he goes, yes, everyone, okay, follow me. You've all seen how rocks work when you stone sing. Thank you. And you kind of noticed when he was touching the rock, he was kind of muttering under his breath. It sounded like he was kind of like humming to himself almost. And so he starts leading the procession into the tunnel. Are you guys going to follow with the whole big group of people as they go further in?
Yes, and as I do, I look down at the gnome and I'm like, I told you, and I will walk ahead.
I turn over to Kip and I go, I still don't like him.
Girl, me neither. Let's keep our eyes on him, our collective eyes, since it's really hard to see.
It's a little bit.
A little bit.
I will follow, only because my curiosity is piqued.
You're what, Laszlo?
I'll ask you not to question me.
Just also, not touching things. Also, keep your hands to yourself when touching other people. Just saying. I just kind of like briskly walk past him. Just like nose up.
My hands
kinda
are
skipping.
up where you can see them, miss.
Kinda. God, it's so dark, is it? It's just so dark in here.
I mean, I could try and make a light again.
No! No!
No.
Sorry, no,
Oh.
Keefe.
This is
We're
a
good.
very tight
Dolan.
corridor. I
Dolan.
don't realize it.
Dolan hears you say that and then just like jogs, like whistle jogs like ahead, like 20 paces. All right. So you guys follow this procession more and more as Siphius continues opening different like passageways that you swear weren't there before, and the whole time he's just kind of like whispering, like humming to himself. And eventually you guys reach this one area, and Siphius kind of like chimes in over his rock, and he's like, "Okay, yes, hello, everyone. This is close to where the mechanism that kind of, I mean, it's everywhere. It's hard to look. I'm going to be honest with you. I have studied this place for 20 years, and I still have no idea how this thing goes forwards. But I'm pretty sure this is one of the areas that controls a lot of the big legs. And we're going to start here because this is one of the areas we haven't really checked yet. So if you guys could all just mill about and look at things and ask me to touch them, that would be great. And then before he could continue talking, the big guy again, who I've already forgotten the name of, and it's stupid, you don't really need to care. He grabs the rock. He goes, yeah, all right, everyone, pick stuff up, poke walls, whatever. Get this nerd to open doors for you. We're going to fix this place. We're going to go back down south, and I'm going to get laid. And everyone, like, at that, they're like, yeah, getting laid. And they all start kind of, like, poking walls and, like, smacking on stuff. And Siphius is kind of, like, sitting there, and he's just like, ugh. And as people kind of start poking around, you guys are left to your own devices. What are you going to do while everyone kind of looks through this place?
Well, it looks like these guys have it covered. Should we go check out something else?
Yeah, it's getting a little stuffy in here. Let's go somewhere else. Laszlo, Alias,
Sure,
you guys
yes.
good?
Let's all go together. That's what I love.
With, I put my arms behind my back as I walk behind Laszlo, judging everything he is doing.
It's okay. I'm judging internally you as well.
Keefe and Kip are very close side by side at this point.
All right, so you guys are kind of wandering around, and you can see that this place that he's brought you to, it's a goddamn labyrinth. There are tunnels that move to other locations that look like they just end or like go right up at 90-degree angles. There are places that look like they have several random dead drops. If you didn't have a light source or knew like a good footing about you, you could easily fall into one of these holes and it would go very badly for you. In fact, you might fall out of the city and just, like hundreds of feet below the earth. So you're kind of like wandering around and keeping an eye out. And I want you guys all to give me a check to see for what you can, basically perception. So roll a straight D20. And I want to see what you guys can see. Oh, much better that time. Much better, Kip.
Look at
Yeah.
those elf eyes. Those elf eyes in action.
My elf eyes can now see! Yes!
So while Elias and Laszlo are walking with their arms crossed, looking at each other all judgy and shit, Keefe and Kip are like walking hand in hand, like, la la la, adventure. Well, not that stupid, but obviously you guys are like bonding.
Yeah.
And you're both walking along and you stop and you see what looks to be like part of the stone masonry is like, it looks like somebody just like with their hands scooped into it and picked it out. Like they just, and it looks like it's part of something important.
Hey. I'm about to touch it just by like reflex and then I stop. And I'm like, whoa. Does anybody know what this is? Why? What? This is so strange.
I'm gonna try and see if I can detect any magic on it.
That is a good call. Why don't you roll me a d20 and add a +6 modifier? That's with a +6?
Yep.
Were you like eating hot dogs and like listening to fucking rap music? Like, what is this shit?
Ooh.
All right, it's fine. It's pretty obvious that everything around you in here that serves a purpose has an arcane fusion to it. You get the sense that all the stonework in here that serves a function or is like a moving piece is heavily enchanted with some kind of like ongoing magical dupe hoopery. But the dupe hoopery isn't coming off of this area where it normally should be. So you kind of get the sense that like the magic dupe hoopery that makes the thingamajig go sproing isn't sproinging anymore.
The dupe hoopery isn't spranging anymore, guys. I think to solve it.
What are you even saying, Gnome?
To poopery, apparently. I don't know what that means.
As
Oh shit, I wasn't muted. Unmuted. Never mind.
what?
I'm still hung up on dupe hoopery.
Okay. Cyphius kind of like overhears you guys, even though like how the hell could he? He walks over this like long walk, like basically like, yes, sorry, I heard you say something was missing?
Yeah, it looks like maybe things have stopped working over here. Something's gone.
And Cyphius kind of goes, I see. Oh, yes. That's a lot of things not there anymore. That's very interesting. I haven't actually encountered that here. And like he's holding to the stone to his neck reflexively, so everyone just hears him like fucking just talking in their ears, even though he's not addressing them. And they're all just kind of like, oh my god, this guy's the worst. It's like, yes. Okay. Good find. And he goes into his pocket and he brings out like a handful of gold coins, and he's like, that was very good. And he like leans down to you, like looks you right in the eyes and is like, here is some money. And he like holds it out for you.
Thanks.
All right, you can add 4 gold coins to your inventory.
Okay, I'll take it.
All right, so he's he kind of like leans down and looks at it, and puts his hand on it, and you can see as soon as he touches the area that the rock is missing, his eyes go wide and he throws up on himself. He's just like, and you guys are like, what the hell? And he's just kind of like sitting there, and he does not look at all pleased, and he doesn't seem to even understand what's going on. He just kind of looks up at you guys with like fear in his eyes. And as he's doing that, the big dude who was like leading the group, like sort of the guy who took charge and was like, yeah, poon and stuff, he like is banging on this big piece of rock, because obviously he doesn't give a shit what that guy in the gray robe told him what to do and not to do. And he's like, come on, tell me what's wrong with you so I can get the fuck home. You know, he's banging on the walls. And he looks down, and this part of the wall starts moving, and he's like, yeah, like he's just so fucking amped that he made something happen. And then a massive shard of stone just right through him, sends him up into the like he's just impaled.
My God, man, he got impaled.
His organs get like shotgun blasted out the back. Like he is like on it, sliding down, like gagging for his life. And you guys are like,
What
Is
the
he
heck?
all alive?
What just happened? Oh my god, I suddenly don't want to be here anymore.
And so as you guys are kind of like sitting there and you're listening, things start to move, and you kind of just start to see parts of the wall kind of breaking off.
Oh my god, what's going on?
I believe it's time to run.
I have a bad feeling about
yeah.
this.
Yeah, I think we should get out of here.
Run,
Like,
run,
right now.
collectively run. Let's go.
Yeah.
Shifting.
Yeah.
You have there's random like hallways and stuff all around you. Like, you guys are going to start running, but as you're about to start running, you can see that people are turning to face these like weird rock creatures that are just coming out of the walls, and you can kind of hear them all start kind of making the same like strange moaning noises, and everything just kind of starts reverberating with these like horrible deep noises that don't sound like they're coming from anything, but like all of a sudden practically hundreds of these different misshapen weird rock creatures that are made from the walls themselves just morph out, and they look like somebody tried to make the frame of a human being and failed spectacularly at anything but the fact it's bipedal. Even in some cases they didn't do that correctly. And they're all kind of like have some source of glowing green on them, whether it's like weird eye holes or just like, you know, like some parts of them internally. And everyone is just embroiled in like a brawl with these things. So you guys are gonna run?
Yes, let's get out of here.
Get out of here now.
Is that a unanimous decision?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So as you guys kind of the nearest passageway to where you found that problem, you basically like you're hauling ass. You decide to start running down the hall. You hear these people who came in with you dying horribly. It's not a good time. People are getting impaled. You heard some guy probably get his head ripped off. Another guy sounds like he just got his.
How?
I grab the gnome by the back as I run down the hallway.
So she's like running with her one-handed?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
But they need us.
as you guys are running, it's just the four of you together. Like, you don't see any other people who had come this way. Your group is turning corners and just kind of trying to get out of the area. And as you're trying to make these dodges and dives and hide in places and stuff, every one of you just kind of like feels a shudder on the ground, and you all kind of stop. And as the ground shudders, it gives way, and you all fall into a hole. And that is where we will take our break.
Oh, man.
Whoa, wowza. All right. Oh my god. Awesome. Break
Yeah.
time. Let's take a
It's
little
break
break.
time.
It's friggin' break time. For all of us, how long are we breaking for?
Probably like
Five-ish minutes? All right.
A little 5-minute
We
break.
will reconvene.
Get some water, apply some preparation H.
Okay.
Wow.
All right, cool. A little break here. I will put up a be right back screen. Remember to mute yourselves, guys, but do not shut off your cameras.
Oh, before you go, be right back. We will be talking to you guys more in chat as well during the break. Like, if we're
Yes.
still here before we go, we'll continue talking to you in chat. So feel free to talk to us like we're here in chat.
Yeah. Maybe I will keep. Should I put the BRB screen up then, or should I just
Yeah,
leave it?
yeah.
Okay.
Put
Okay.
Burbs.
Okay. Be right back, guys. Yeah. So everybody is enjoying this so far. If you guys really
Yes.
like it, let us
Share
know.
with us your thoughts.
You want us to continue doing this? This is kind of a test to see how it goes. Chat has been really bustling and seems like there's a lot of interaction and whatnot, so that is awesome. That makes me hopeful for doing this more often and continuing after our 4 sessions. So yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. I really do appreciate that.
Yeah, for those of you who are enjoying this so far, that is right there. We're going to be doing 3 more adventures in this chapter, and essentially every episode is a session, and every chapter is a block of the sessions we're going to be doing in this story. So after we finish the first chapter and the first 4 episodes, we'll essentially pool everyone and see, like, how did that go? Did we have a lot of fun? Is it manageable? And then we can also, with your help as viewers, it does cost us a bit of time and energy and money to do all this stuff. So we'll eventually kind of set up a goal and be like, hey, we can do so much more with this if you guys can help us out a little bit in any way you can situation, right?
Absolutely.
So ultimately, it's a fun thing we can do as a community, but it can be even better if you just throw your money at the screen.
Just throw it. Just all of your money. Just right at it.
Hey, Dara, have you heard of this thing called Twitch Prime?
I have heard of this thing called Twitch Prime.
It's really great.
Where is it? It's located on my screen right now, right? It's like top, I don't know, right? I think the top right of the screen. Yeah, I think
it's kind of a really cool thing. If you don't know what Twitch Prime is, you can support us directly with, if you have Amazon Prime, you can just hit that little button. You can get free emotes. You can I'll maybe cast some magic at you to help your day be better.
Oh,
That's
speaking of
Twitch Prime, y'all.
emotes, which you can get from Dara's channel for subscribing with Twitch Prime, Saji made some pimp ones since Dara hit partner. And if you subscribe, you get access to all of them. And they're just the tits. Like, I'll even just post every single one of them right now.
Shameless plugs.
Those are great. You'll get even more because Saji is an emote churning.
Duncan, Jesus. Sorry, Dylan. Oh God, please don't get mad at me. Don't make me roll and don't give me whatever it's called points. I'm sorry.
What?
I don't know, because I interrupted you.
Sassy.
And I was like, please don't. What is
We're
it
not
called?
doing the game.
I'm sorry. I'm just so scared.
I noticed you went for one there, MW, but you gotta work harder than that to get my negative behavior points.
Oh shit, I'm so sorry, Zach. I totally missed that. Zach just gifted 5 subs to Herman44, Lance Ambrose, the Ghost Badger, and Shafabian. Thank you so
That
fucking
name
much,
is
Zach.
so-
Shafabian.
I don't know what you're talking about. I was just in character. That's all.
Thank you, Zach. I appreciate that. I hope I didn't miss anything else. Dragon Cuck with the follow. Thank you very much. So again, we have been popping the little alert, or the little command, but while we are in game, we're trying to focus the story, and everything is the most important thing. So while we'll be like talking a little bit, typing into chat, I'm not going to be reading out follows or anything like that until breaks. So I did just read out all the follows and alerts and stuff. Thank you everybody for your follows, your gift subs, all that. Freaking Mr. Saggy with the butt crit. Yeah. What's up?
Okay. Lord Zach there was like, he couldn't hear me, and I'm like, I wasn't talking over people, but wanted to make sure it was working.
Oh yeah, it's good. You're a little bit quieter than before, I think, right?
How about that?
Do we all get to collectively do a social eating stream with you, Dara? Is that? Oh my God, we're doing that right now. Hold on, I have onion rings. This is the best.
Does everybody have food right now? Snacks?
I'm eating Fruito.
Perfect. I just kind of demolished my yogurt, so I'm done with my food, but I should have got 2 yogurts. I'm so silly. Dara's just loud. Hi, TikTok. Yeah, well, this is really cool. It's a little bit like, I'm still a little bit nervous. I don't know when to like interject or what I'm allowed to do and stuff. So just bear with me. I am very new to D&D, so I might not be super like, I might be a little bit more passive this time around or for the next little bit, but like I will start to get more into like character, and I've never done like RP stuff before. Like my dream has always been, have any of you guys done what's it called, like LARPing? Have any of you ever LARPed?
Mm-hmm.
Really? That's like on my list. That's on my to-do list. You've watched it? I've watched it.
LARP at Daracon.
LARP at Daracon, let's go.
I've done historical reenactment, fantasy, and zombie.
Holy shit. So for me, that's like I find it's like my last tier. It's like the top tier, like the last step into like full-blown like nerdom, like embracing full-blown fucking nerdity, let's call it.
You already dressed up like you're going to a LARP.
Yeah, but it's so different, like getting into character and like not breaking it and like improvising and stuff. Like it's just so like next level for me, and I've just never been super comfortable doing it, but I want to. Like that is my last thing. Like if I could just do that, then I'm full-blown nerd. There's no turning back. But it's like a little bit scary for me to role play and stuff. So I want to warm up, and I think this is a perfect way to like kind of dive into it for sure.
Okay.
You'll be like a butterfly.
Yes.
Just emerging.
Yes.
Hold on. Okay, I'm so excited for this. It didn't occur to me until we just started talking about it. But now I can do a Dara impression. Okay, hold on. Okay.
Oh God,
I'm
scared.
I need my phone. Okay,
I'm scared.
My phone. Like blah 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 penis blah blah blah. Oh, thanks, babe. Oh my God. You got me A&W. Oh my God, guys, I haven't eaten since I started the stream.
12 hours ago.
Onion rings? That's fantastic. Oh. I'm so sorry, but like, I stream a lot. I need to eat, so, you guys can just deal with this.
This is 100% me. Like, so accurate. Oh my God. Oh man, too good. That's me. It's me for sure.
Okay, those are good onion rings, but I think our break's good. Is there anything else anyone needs to do?
I'm good. I think somebody dropped a follow. Why did that leave? Just pick it right on up. I'll pick it up for them. Thank you, Junk Ratty 1, for that follow. Welcome to the Minkle Squad.
Oh, hobby. No, I'm afraid you can't award me behavior stars. Yes. But coming up, we will have opportunities for you guys to vote on what's going to go down. So for those of you who are just joining us, because I noticed the number is quite higher than when we started.
What number?
What we're doing is we're playing this using Roll20. We did our exposition, like narrative half of the adventure. Now we're moving into the nitty gritty where there's like a map where you move around and tokens and all that crap, right? And during these events, we'll be posting up, while these guys are trying to figure out things I've set up for them and what have you, I will ask you, the audience, to decide on a vote for polls that I post about what happens. So you guys are the fates. You decide when things go wrong or when they go right. It's up to you to be naughty or nice. So look for that when it pops up. There should be a poll currently going right now. If you look at Twitch picks, it'll be on your screen. It should pop up on the left side of your screen when you mouse over it. We have 35 votes for yes, and we have 6 votes for no on the poll I posted. I will post another poll. I'll delete that one and post another one, and I'll let you guys know in chat when it's time to vote. So you'll hear me be like, who's ready to fuck up some adventurers, essentially.
Also, sorry, we, as the players, do not have my stream open. We don't want to know what you guys are voting on. So try to avoid like yelling it out in chat and stuff, because we are still looking, like glancing at chat and everything. So know that poll is for just the viewers and the dungeon master, Dylan, to know.
Yes. Absolutely. So they aren't going to be able to see that stuff. They're interacting with chat, but it's separate from the stream. They can't see what's going on the stream.
Yeah.
And for those of you who are just joining us, I'll give you a quick rundown of how this system works again before we go back into it. We're doing a homebrew kind of D&D compilation. We've trimmed a lot of the fat of like technical side of stuff just to make the narrative experience go way faster. So essentially, like, there's no special stats, there's no levels, there's no classes, all that stuff. It's basically just like you make a character, you give me the general of what their flaws and blah, blah, blah. We have an inventory, and the only stats to worry about are initiative, health points, and behavior points. So health point, pretty explanatory. When people take damage, they'll lose HP. If they drop to 0 HP, they will be very critically injured and potentially die. And then with behavior points, if somebody in the stream, one of the players does something rude or like is just a shitty person or messes up one of the rules, I award them negative behavior points, which I can then spend at my leisure to make them re-roll things. Alternatively, I can award positive behavior points to people for doing epic stuff. Accidents, I feel, don't really warrant negative behavior points. In fact, I almost kind of want to give Saji a positive behavior point just because she fucked up so spectacularly on literally just trying to turn on the flashlight, basically. So that also, thank you, Echo211, for subscribing to Dara there, because we're not in the game right now. So
thank you. Yes, thank you. I typed it, but yeah, thank you for the 4 months in a row. And really quickly before, like, somebody said plug everybody else, which yeah, we totally should. So can I do that right now real quick?
Oh yeah, please, Dara, go ahead.
Right, so I think mostly all of us are streamers. Wait, TJ, no?
No, everyone here is.
Oh, okay, sweet. So every one of us are streamers. Silver Kestrel Studios, first one. That's Dylan up above. Dylan, do you want to quickly say what you do on your stream? Nope, he's eating his onion ring. So basically...
No.
Okay.
Cool. I can do it.
Okay.
I can do it. All right, so hi, my name's Dylan. I'm the head of a studio that runs painting commissions and design commission and a whole bunch of other crap. I basically do everything, or if I can't do it, I can find you someone to do it under my commission. And I stream painting commissions primarily because that's the only thing I feel is worth watching. So I paint little tiny miniatures like these ones. So I paint little guys like this, and I paint a whole bunch of them, and people pay me to do it. So if you want to pay me to do it, I'm here for you. Otherwise, I do design work, and I did the like overlay for this whole thing. I did the map you see over there, and yeah, just a bunch of like random little design things and stuff. I did the logo, and yeah, that's about it.
He also is probably one of the greatest painters I've ever met. He
Mhm.
started teaching me how to paint. I used to hang out at this man's house every weekend, and what you guys don't see is he's got a wall of minis that are painted to the point where it is just goddamn beautiful. The best thing I can say about it.
I think I relocated my mini that you painted, the Dare Deaf mini.
Oh, we have to do your spookies sometime.
I know, yes. So I was gonna say too, guys, if you like watching miniature painting and stuff, we're gonna bring that back. If you really like that, please let me know. If that's something that you want to see on this channel, because we have done it in the past. Dylan has actually come over to my house. We live in the same city, so he's come over to my house and we do miniature painting together. He's teaching me how to mini paint, and it's really fun. So if that's something you want to see more of, then we will definitely be bringing those back. I still have a bunch of unpainted spookies, so yeet.
Also, a big benefit to my stream, if you tune in, is I will answer any and all painting questions. I've been painting for 19 years, so you can, and I've worked for Games Workshop for 2 of those, so I know my shit with minis. So if you guys have any questions in that regard, feel free to tune on in.
You can also check out Silver Kestel Studios on Instagram, because he has all of his stuff showcased on there as well, if you want to see all of his awesome mini painting. Yeah. Good?
Yes.
Okay, so on to Sagittary.
So hi, I'm Sagittary or Saggy. Usually behind the scenes of a lot of different streams. I'm Dara's community manager, but just recently have kind of started streaming a bit more. So we don't really know what those look like or what they will look like, but I am kind of glad to start branching into that space a little bit more. But mostly I'm here to kind of be a part of our community. So if you ever need anything, feel free to reach out. And hopefully I can help you answer questions or be helpful and light people on fire.
So helpful.
but yeah, so right now I'm streaming on the weekends, and that's about it. So
Perfect. Yeah. M-Dubs?
Is still muted.
I know. I stay muted. It's easier. I have cough. I am a creative streamer on Twitch. Have been since day one. I do mostly portraits of like movie characters. I've probably done like 40 or 50 of them. I also do some design work. I do animation on my channel, and when I feel like it, I sculpt stuff. So that's and that's not my work. My work is like commissions and clientele and all that stuff, but this is just for fun. So that's what I do on my channel.
Awesome. And the Ghost Badger.
I just recently got back into streaming. It's actually the first time I really got into it. It's how I met my wife. I now live in the United States. I moved down from Canada and have recently started streaming Call of Duty Black Ops 4, maybe PUBG if I can phantom how slow the game is now after playing Call of Duty. Silver can attest to that. Mostly shooters, things like that. League of Legends I'll play, and love playing with people that just want to get in. I don't really care how good or bad you are, as long as you're a good person and want to play.
And then I guess, I mean, if you're new here, I'm Daredef. I am a variety streamer, very community focused, very chat focused. The game always comes second. We do a lot of multiplayer stuff. Tomorrow we're doing a community. It's usually our community games nights on Saturday, and usually we play PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. We do custom games, but we are going to try doing Call of Duty custom multiplayer games. We're just going to see how it goes. So if you do have the new COD, what is it? COD? I don't even know what fucking one it is.
Black Ops 4.
Black Ops 4? That's okay. If you have that new COD game, we are going to be doing that tomorrow at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. But yeah, I do like to do a lot of multiplayer games, but also single player. Like, it's very variety here. Indie or triple gay. Oh my god, triple A's.
It's triple gay.
Jesus, that slip. Triple A. Sorry. Sorry. It doesn't matter what it is. We play pretty much everything here. So, yeah, I stream like 5 days a week, and This is my job now, so yay.
Doki Doki was probably one of my favorite streams.
That was amazing. I hope to find more games like Doki Doki Literature Club because that was awesome.
Monster High more than Doki Doki, actually.
Really? Monster High was really fun too. That was awesome. But yeah. So you'll see all of those kind of games. And Boyfriend Dungeon, which comes out in the new, or I think, yeah, in the new year. Boyfriend Dungeon is going to be awesome. A dungeon crawling dating simulator where you date your weapons. It's going to be dope. Anyway, I could talk about this stuff all night. So let's, we should probably get back because we still got a bit more to go. So yeah. Oh, do you want to do a very quick recap of like what has happened or?
Yep.
Okay.
So, when we last left our players, they had arrived at the mining city of Edders. On the mining city of Edders, there is a problem, and that is the mining city of Edders, while being a giant mobile platform, is not mobile. So everyone who is still remaining on the city who hasn't fled already in a panic while the coming winter storms threaten to kill everyone around have banded together to try and solve the problem. Unfortunately, all that happened was they met a drunk naked dwarf, got into a few little expeditious little fights, rode an elevator into a basement, then a guy threw up on him himself, and then everybody around them started dying horribly. So currently, our players have run into the darkness to try to escape the horrific massacre that was going on behind them. And they're basically now fell in a hole, and we're going to resume from when everyone entered the hole. So that's the recap.
Kappa.
The recappa.
Yeah. All right. So to those of you players, are you guys ready? Are we good to continue?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yerp.
All right.
Yes.
All right. If everybody could just, all right, put your hands in on. We're gonna do a 3, 2, 1 break. Okay. So go ahead and put your hand on the camera. Hand on the camera. Come on, team. All right. 3, 2, 1, break.
Break.
All right.
Oh, I gotta go back to live. Oh shit. Oh no. Hold please.
Classic.
Oh god, there we go. we had to have one weird technical difficulty moment. Anyway, we're good. We're on the right screen.
Okay, perfect. So, as you guys fall through the darkness and start descending, it's not a very far fall. It's pretty jarring when you guys land, but eventually you fall through the darkness and land with just a loud on the ground. So you're just kind of like, oh my god, my back, whatever.
I appear to have broken my coccyx.
You're what? Excuse me?
It's tailbone, right?
Yes.
I took a medical class once. It was on the weekend
right.
and it was only 2 hours, but...
So as you guys gather your senses, you'll notice on the map that an area has been revealed to you and that you are in a bit of a chamber. And it's like a perfect hexagon, and it looks like 3 parts of the chamber kind of indent, but end with nothing, like no way through, essentially, right? And as you sit around, you can kind of, you can still hear the slight snowstorm outside, although it's very faint. And now you realize you guys are alone in the dark in a small hole and not sure what to do with yourselves. So why don't you guys go ahead and...
Is the map showing on stream?
Nope.
Oh yeah, Dara, you need to scroll over and to the area where you guys are.
Oh, hold please.
And then feel free to zoom in.
Yes, hold. There.
There we go.
Perfect.
All
Okay,
right, so,
got it.
So as you guys see before you on the map here, there are 4 tokens. Each one of you is controllable and editable by you. When we engage in fights, if you engage in fights, you select your token, hit roll for initiative, the little button I made there, and that'll automatically add you to the turn counter. And then likewise, you can edit your hit points and stuff with damage you take on the token itself, and it'll affect the hit points in your character sheet, essentially. So, you guys are now stuck inside this hole, more or less. And you've got 3 ways that look like they're ways out, but they're completely smooth surfaced doors, and you can't see any handles or anything. What are you guys going to do?
I want to roll to detect anything around me.
All right. Does anyone else want to do that?
I'm gonna do the same as detect magic, though.
I would like to do that as well. Look around.
I'll do it as well.
All right. So everyone except for Saji's doing perception, and Saji's doing a detect magic.
Which one do I click again? Sorry.
Roll D20.
D20. Okay.
Do I have a modifier for detect magic? I don't remember.
Yes, you're going to have a +5.
Is it +5 for my detection too?
Yeah.
Wait, does everybody have +5?
I'm just going to give everybody +5.
Okay, then I need to reroll. Sorry.
Oof.
Dylan, no.
Oof.
No.
Oh my gosh! What the fuck?
Oof.
What happened?
We
Well-
are rightly screwed.
Without the modifiers, those are 2 natural ones.
Holy shnikes!
Before modifiers, you guys both critically failed your perceptions in different categories. But it's a perception check, so you just don't see shit. However, Kip, luckily, you can kind of make out the majority of the area around you, and it's basically just smooth. Everything is smooth. There is not a detail around. It looks like the walls, you can touch them and stuff. Nothing seems to happen. Nothing looks dangerous. There's no holes. There's no little cracks. Nothing of anything other than the room you're in and the 3 ways that look like they lead to other places that are just blocked by solid stone.
Okay.
And then I guess the hole leading up from where you fell.
Okay. So I'm just gonna like walk around and start like touching everything, and be like, "Whoa, this is really weird. This is so smooth." But guys, this is an empty room. There's nothing in here.
I just kind of make a remark like, have you never seen a wall before?
Well, I've never touched one this smooth before. Do it. Just do it. It's so nice.
I reluctantly
everybody
walk
touch
up
it.
And I touch the wall.
Oh, he touched
I
them.
would like to make a check for any kind of locking mechanisms on the doors.
All right. You mean the walls?
Yes, on the walls, not the doors.
Okay. So you're gonna do what? You're just gonna like touch the walls, see if there's any like locks or any mechanisms like that.
Yes.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead and roll a d20? What's everyone else gonna do while Laszlo does that?
I'm gonna yell into the room and see if I hear an echo.
Okay. Kifi, you yell and you can hear your voice reverberate up into the area that you guys fell from, and it kind of bounces around the walls because it's just a big cold stone place, but nothing other than that really.
Do you think you can cast a light without burning us all down?
I can try.
I just sort of like slowly inch away and like stand with my back against the furthest wall from Kifi.
And I move behind Laszlo without him seeing me.
All right, so you rolled a 5 MW there to touching the walls?
Yes.
Okay, sorry, I just wanted to double check. What were you doing there, Kifi?
I'm gonna try and conjure a light again.
We're good. All right, we'll see how I'll narrate that simultaneously. So roll a d20, and I'll give you a +3. There you go. So you snap your fingers, and a little light source appears, and now it looks like you're just kind of like hovering a fairly bright, like eldritch fire over your fingers, and the whole area is illuminated better. But it's all just the same, more or less. And at the same time, Laszlo kind of touches the wall and looks for locks, and he basically goes like, "Yup, this is a wall."